What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin. For the first time in a while, I'm nervous making a video, but it's not because of the video itself, it's because of what comes after this video. The Houston Astros just won the 2022 World Series, and that means it's officially time to start the MLB offseason. Now, the reason I'm so nervous about it is because this offseason in particular for the Boston Red Sox is one of the most important offseasons they've had in a very long time. This offseason could very well shape the next 5 to 10 years of Red Sox baseball. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this video. But what I figured I would do is hopefully help you guys out a little bit with the nerves as well. And so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about what to expect coming from the Boston Red Sox in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, I can't predict everything that's going to happen during the MLB offseason, but I can hopefully give you guys a timeline and what to expect within the next couple of days, the first couple of days of this MLB offseason. So that's what we're talking about today. But before we get into that, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. It helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. This MLB offseason is going to be extremely busy. Obviously, it's going to be huge for the Boston Red Sox, and it's going to happen fairly quickly. Not everything, obviously, it's going to be stretched out for a while, but there are going to be a lot of things happening with this Red Sox team in the next couple of days. Unfortunately, the very first thing that is more than likely going to happen with this Red Sox team is Xander Bogaerts is going to opt out of his contract. Between the time the Red Sox finished their season and the World Series ended, the Red Sox and Xander Bogaerts could not come to an agreement on a contract extension, and there is more than likely a 99.99% chance that Xander Bogaerts decides to opt out. Whether or not I agree with this is an entirely different video. I'm sure most of you guys know exactly how I feel about the Red Sox and the Xander situation. It should have been done a year ago, but here we are. And so the first thing that's going to happen this offseason for the Red Sox is Xander Bogaerts has until Tuesday to opt out of his contract. Again, it is all but guaranteed he will be electing free agency. This does not mean that Xander Bogaerts is not going to come back to the Boston Red Sox. It just means he now is able to explore other teams and other options. Very unfortunate that that is how this Red Sox offseason is going to begin, but you should be getting that news either today when you're watching this video on Monday or tomorrow on Tuesday at the latest. After that, the Red Sox have some pretty important decisions to make regarding player options, because by Thursday, all player options from the club, any player with club options must be decided on by Thursday. For the Red Sox, that is James Paxton and Tommy Pham. Both of these players, whether or not they come back to this Red Sox team, will have huge implications on this Red Sox offseason. A lot of what we have talked about in this sort of purgatory between the Red Sox finishing the year and the World Series ending has been about filling those exact positions that those players play. If the Red Sox decide to pick up James Paxton's contract that is for 2 more years, it really limits their ability to bring in outside help to ensure that this rotation is as best as it possibly could be. If James Paxton gets picked up, you're looking at a rotation of Sale, Bayo, Pivetta, Whitlock. More than likely, it hasn't been officially announced yet, but the way that the Red Sox front office has been talking about Whitlock and the way that Alex Cora has talked about Whitlock, it seems almost everything but certain that Garrett Whitlock will be in the starting rotation in 2023. Now you add James Paxton to that and you're already at 5. At most, what you can do is bump one of those guys into your 6th man, maybe make him a long relief role, but outside of that, you don't really have that flexibility of the rotation that some may like this offseason. Now, personally, I don't think picking up James Paxton is the greatest idea in the world. We already have a very injury-ridden rotation as it is with everything that happened in 2022. Adding in a guy, again, limiting flexibility and having that sort of injury history, especially in the last couple of years, doesn't seem like the best move in the world, but either way, he has an option. Tommy Pham also has a team option for 2 years, totaling $12 million. Now, this one is a little bit more interesting in my opinion, because if the Red Sox decide to bring back him and Rob Refsnyder, then again, you're creating that sort of logjam in the outfield. It sort of limits your ability to introduce some power into the outfield because you're limited on the options that you can have out there. But if the Red Sox decide they want to move on from Rob Refsnyder and use Tommy Pham sort of as that 4th outfielder, the versatility option, fill in when needed, late inning pinch hit, whatever he needs to do, then yeah, I'm okay with Tommy Pham. Either way though, regardless of my opinion, that decision needs to be made on Thursday. Also on Thursday this week, November 10th, the Red Sox need to decide on qualifying offers. We spent a lot of time again in this purgatory talking about who should get the qualifying offer, and there are 4 players on this team who are eligible. Xander Bogaerts is a 100% no-brainer. Regardless of how the negotiations have gone, regardless of whether or not he comes back, there will 100% be a qualifying offer placed on Xander Bogaerts. JD Martinez seems wildly unlikely, especially after the report that came out from John Heyman that stated that the Red Sox were not interested in pursuing a qualifying offer for JD, like we talked about in that video, so it seems as though he won't be getting one. The 2 that are kind of a coin flip right now are Nate Eovaldi and Michael Wacha. This could go a million different ways. Both of them could get qualifying offers. Neither of them could get qualifying offers. One of them could get qualifying offers. There are a ton of different solutions to this problem, and I don't think a single one of them should surprise anyone, right? We've been going back and forth almost all year on whether or not Nate or Michael Wacha should receive the qualifying offer, and we finally get our answer, and that will be on Thursday, again, November 10th. And that, again, is going to really shape up what this offseason looks like. JD Martinez not getting a qualifying offer means that the Red Sox have a lot of work to do to bridge the gap in that DH position, right? You got to either introduce some power, a full-on DH. You got to figure out how you're going to work the DH position in 2023, or you have to figure out where you're going to put a versatile type player that can both DH and play the field. So that's going to be definitely something to keep an eye on. One of the bigger storylines this offseason, how do the Red Sox move on from JD Martinez? As for Nate Eovaldi and Michael Wacha, it's the exact same situation as James Paxton, right? If you add in one or both of those guys, that's pretty much setting your rotation for 2023. So that is also something to keep your eye on Thursday. See how the Red Sox are going to manage this sort of logjam with starting pitchers that they need to figure out what to do with this offseason between Michael Wacha, Nate Eovaldi, and James Paxton. Obviously, James Paxton is an option. The other 2 are not guaranteed, because after the Red Sox hand out those qualifying offers, players have 10 days to accept or move on. And either way, I think the Red Sox will be giving out some qualifying offers. I don't think it's going to be just to Bogaerts. I think they're going to give qualifying offers to one of the 2, Nate Eovaldi or Michael Wacha. But again, we will see on Thursday. After that, come November 10th, the same day player options are due, the same day qualifying offers are due, free agency opens up, and we start to figure out what the Red Sox want to do this offseason. Now, if you're looking for the Red Sox to make some moves between today, November 7th, and Thursday, November 10th, there are things that they can do. They can make trades, they can do extensions. Obviously, extensions have been open for essentially since the Red Sox got eliminated and throughout the entire season, really, but they were put on pause basically until the end of the World Series. So we could see maybe some extensions take place in the next couple of days. Seems a little bit unlikely, but it could happen. And then after that, it's wide open. Nobody knows. I have no idea what to expect this Red Sox offseason. It could go a million different ways. This is one of the most important offseasons the Red Sox have had in a very long time. There are going to be a ton of different players on this Red Sox team. There are going to be a ton of shifts in what the culture of this Red Sox team looks like, and it's driving me absolutely insane. It is driving me insane not knowing what the Red Sox are doing, and so hopefully this gives us some sort of solution to that equation. What plan do the Red Sox have in place? Regardless of what it's going to be, I'm petrified, but we'll be here and going through it together. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you make of all of this? What do you make of everything that the Red Sox have to do within the next 5 days? Do you think there's some good in there? Do you think there's some bad in there? What decisions do you think are going to be the most important between now and when free agency opens November 10th? Let me know all your thoughts on this down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Plus, you made it to the end of this video, you might as well hit that sub button. You also might as well hit that like button as well. It helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seat.